What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Thursday, January 17th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. So here's my DraftKings lineup from last night. 362 points. I faded James Harden, which was looking good until overtime. But that overtime helped a lot of my players as well. We had a lot of these players on the NBA cheat sheet. We've been killing it every night. This cheat sheet is on point. You can just kind of look at the top plays for the day, plug them into your lineups, add them to your player pool, build a lineup in the lineup optimizer using all the players from the cheat sheet, and then you throw in a few players that you like. It's awesome. Okay, let's take a look at the point guard position. I like Kyle Lowry from the Toronto Raptors playing the Phoenix Suns, who have the 6th worst defense overall, and they give up the 7th most fantasy points to opposing point guards. Kyle Lowry has scored 32, 39, and 21 fantasy points in his last 3 games, averaging 37.9 fantasy points per game on the season, in an average of 34 minutes per game with a 19% usage rate. Kyle Lowry is $7,400 DraftKings salary. He's $600 more on FanDuel, projected at 37.7 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5 times value. There's an implied total of 225.5 points in this game, so that's a high total, especially if they rest Kawhi Leonard. Kyle Lowry's usage will spike up, and he should be able to crush value at his price tag. I love Kyle Lowry here versus the Phoenix Suns. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the position optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new player trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, let's take a look at the shooting guard position. I like Brandon Ingram from the LA Lakers playing the Oklahoma City Thunder, who have the 9th best defense overall, but they give up the 5th most fantasy points to opposing shooting guards. Brandon Ingram has scored 38, 33, and 22 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 28.2 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 32 minutes per game with a 23% usage rate. Brandon Ingram is $6,300 DraftKings salary. He's $1,000 more on FanDuel, so I love that DraftKings price. Projected at 32.3 fantasy points here tonight. That's over 5 times value. Implied total of 226.5 points in this game. Plenty of points to go around. Great matchup. I love Brandon Ingram versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, who do we have at the small forward position? I like Buddy Hield from the Sacramento Kings playing the Charlotte Hornets, who have the 7th worst defense overall, and they give up the 2nd most fantasy points to opposing small forwards. Buddy Hield has scored 28, 32, and 21 fantasy points in the last 3 games. He's averaging 31.9 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 31 minutes per game with a 25% usage rate. Buddy Hield is $6,100 DraftKings salary, $300 more on FanDuel, projected at 32 fantasy points here tonight. That's over 5 times value. Implied total of 230 points in this game, so that's a high total. Home game, it's a fast-paced game, great matchup. I love Buddy Hield here versus the Charlotte Hornets. Okay, let's take a look at the power forward position. I like Jerami Grant from the Oklahoma City Thunder playing the LA Lakers, who have the 10th worst defense overall and they're middle of the pack defending opposing power forwards. Jerami Grant has scored 37, 27, and 48 fantasy points in his last 3 games, averaging 24.8 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 32 minutes per game with a 15% usage rate. Jerami Grant is $5,500 DraftKings salary. He's $700 more on FanDuel, projected at 27.7 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5 times value. This guy's been playing really well, been playing a ton of minutes. It's a fast-paced game, a home game. It's hard to ignore Jerami Grant with the production that he's had. His price is still reasonable, especially on DraftKings. I like Jerami Grant here versus the LA Lakers. Okay, moving on to the center position. I like Nikola Jokic from the Denver Nuggets playing the Chicago Bulls, who have the 8th worst defense overall, and they give up the 3rd most fantasy points to opposing centers. Nikola Jokic has scored 33, 67, and 45 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 47.8 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 31 minutes per game with a 27% usage rate. Nikola Jokic is $10,600 DraftKings salary. He's $700 more on FanDuel, projected to get 42.5 fantasy points here tonight. He's gonna need over 50 fantasy points to get 5 times value. Nikola Jokic let everyone down last game with only 33 fantasy points. I like Nikola Jokic in a bounce-back game and a fantastic matchup versus the Chicago Bulls. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.